Hey guys, welcome to the Double Chin Show. It's Mike.
It's Dan.
This question was brought up to us at a panel.
Okay.
LA.
Okay.
And,
It was? I don't remember that.
It was.
Okay.
Someone asked us, how would you describe your dream girl?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, okay, now I remember.
Yeah. We were kind of caught off guard.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
So you better have described your girlfriend, because that would have been awkward, because that whole thing was being taped.
What did you say?
I forgot. We just
forget,
rambled
yeah.
off a bunch of things.
Yeah,
put a lot of thought together. Because that's a big question, right?
Right.
That's kind of like saying, all right, if you had $1 million, what would you do? Like, answer right now. I don't know. I have time to think about it.
It's not like we had, our perfect girl written down on a paper that we could recall.
Right.
But we've been if you watch us a lot, we talk about everything, relationship advice, stuff that goes on, Chinese culture. This is I love when we talk about some fun topics like this.
Okay. All right.
And we had some time to think about it.
So I want to point this out before we start.
Okay.
You are in a relationship.
Okay.
So what's gonna happen is, I don't know what you wrote down.
Okay.
But it is gonna, if you wrote down something that's gonna be different than what your girlfriend is,
Right.
then you might be in trouble. I'm just saying that.
I'm
just saying.
Right,
I want to say this to you as a disclaimer. But again, you cannot change what you wrote down.
No, I'm not gonna change it.
Okay.
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah.
I like to say I didn't do this basically like, I should not say something that
you were being honest.
Yes.
You weren't like,
it wasn't like
describe my girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is commendable. That's good.
Right.
Also, your girlfriend doesn't watch this show, so
I
think it's all right.
This show,
So why don't you start?
Okay, so I don't know what you wrote. You don't know what I wrote.
I don't know what you wrote. No.
I wrote down a few things. See, you know this about me, right? About me by now is I don't have like a type.
You don't.
I don't care about.
Oh, you sort of have a type.
I sort of have a type, but like overall, right?
Yeah.
I don't have I'm very accepting.
Yes, you are.
All races.
You are. You really are.
And not even that physically, right?
No,
I don't have a description physically. Like I'll tell you that
sort
right
of
now.
had a description.
All right, but for the sake of this, no, something that I like more.
Yeah.
But
No, I get you. You're a very open, very accepting guy.
Right.
You are. You really
so my
are.
list has nothing about physical appearances.
Okay. Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
It's true.
I focused on what I like to call like the macro things.
Okay.
The bigger things.
Okay.
And I don't even have anything on there that's like she's gotta love sports or I don't have any of that.
Okay, good.
All right,
good.
So I'm very simple. I actually wrote down 3 things.
Tell
really
me.
simple. The first thing that's really important to me is deep down, I have to feel like you're a good, compassionate person. Deep down. And I say deep down because of this. I'll tell you this right now. My girlfriend, sometimes she might be jealous. She might be irritable. And somebody, for the first time meeting her, might not think she's a really nice person.
Sure.
But deep down,
she's a good person.
I want that person to be a good person. The perfect girl, I would be able to see and feel right away. It's not even like it's gonna take a little while. Like something that I
first impression
feel,
very important to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I take that really importantly because there are other girls who on the surface, they're really nice girls. Mm-hmm. Girls that I can name that we both know. When you first meet them, they're really nice. They seem like the perfect girl. But deep down, I always kind of had this feeling that there's something like not right.
Okay, I get that.
And later on, I was proven correct.
Okay.
So this thing is really important. Deep down, you're a compassionate, good person.
You understand that person so well. You know that deep down, whatever the case. Like if a puppy runs in front of a car, she's diving after the puppy.
Not quite like that.
Your girlfriend's gonna kill a puppy.
She's gonna let it die. The other thing is, I do want to see that the girl be whatever it is. Actually, I don't care what interests they have. It doesn't have to be like mine. It helps that we do share similar things, but even if it doesn't, I don't care. But have a few things that you're passionate about. Have a few, some that are larger goals than others. Basically, have goals, have passion about things.
Any
because
passion in particular?
No, actually no.
Just like as long as she's very driven and very there's a fire in her soul about something.
About certain, and I don't have. It doesn't have
that
to
could be anything.
It could be anything.
What if she's like passionate about dog fighting? Okay,
okay.
You gotta limit it to something.
I guess like overall positive things, like maybe one of them that is good, like she wants to do some good for society.
Okay, good.
I don't mean like I need to change the world.
Passionate about something positive.
Positive, a few things, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't mean like she needs to change the world, but something that's good for humanity, and something that she likes. And the third one is everyone makes mistakes, and everyone, when if you hopefully you enter into a long relationship with somebody, but I hope that my perfect girl, well, I would like her to have the ability to change. Okay, and I don't expect that of you, because if I love you for who you are. But one of the things I will love about you is that maybe you're stubborn about something, maybe you think one way when we first meet, maybe like down the road you still think about it, but I see that everything, though, I see that you can change, and the things that you change about yourself and about your life and your view are positive things, right? Maybe at first, girls, when you meet girls, they place importance on certain, like material things, but then later on, you're like, you know what? Like you see that that's not the core of that. Kind of goes back to like that's not the core of their being. Like
not
maybe
stubborn, not so stubborn that they're like, okay, I
just
made a mistake, but no, I didn't.
Exactly. Aside from all of that, I don't care what you look like, what your nationality is, what you like to eat, what you like to don't eat. I mean, all those things help. I agree, right? It makes a relationship better.
Yeah. I'm still searching for the dream girl.
Okay.
You probably found her because your girlfriend does exhibit all the characteristics that you mentioned.
Thank you.
For me, I put number one, like you, I put compassion.
Oh, nice.
Because compassion encompasses a lot of things to me. Compassion means that fundamentally she's a very kind person. And I do mean that because, look, a lot of people, they have tempers, they have issues. None of us are perfect.
Right.
But if you're a fundamentally compassionate, kind person, that will always come out at some point. Right. Whether it's, and it's always unplanned situations where you can tell someone's real characteristic, right?
Yeah.
Like whether you see an injustice going on, would that make you want to do something about it? Or you see someone suffering, would that make you want to care and help that situation? Feel like your initial reaction, your flash reaction is really an exhibit of your soul. Like where you have to not think, just make a decision.
Right.
That really exhibits the characteristic of who you are. Next, this is really important to me.
Okay.
My dream girl really needs to be able to have a sense of humor.
Okay.
That's really important to me.
Really, the sense of
humor
is really important to you.
I feel like encompasses carrying on a conversation. That's because I feel like in a relationship or any relationship, whether it's a friendship or whatever, when you have nothing to talk about, when there's no discussion going on, where there's no communication going on, I think that's really dangerous and that's really detrimental to a relationship.
Right.
And that also makes the relationship less fun. I mean, you can definitely get to a point where you're like, you know what? We don't even need to talk. We're completely comfortable around each other, and that's fine. And a lot of people say that is, oh, you need to talk because you're uncomfortable around each other. No, that's not the point. I want to talk. I want to have things to say to my significant other.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. Does that mean that if she doesn't have the same sense of humor as
No. It doesn't have to be the same sense of humor. A lot of people like that, I know don't have the same sense of humor as me. But we appreciate each other's humor or appreciate each other's, conversation. That's what's most important.
Okay. No, I like that because that also goes beyond in saying that like if you have a very strong connection and mutual understanding, that it's really, you got to have that.
Right. So that brings up to my third point. I feel like it's the most important one.
Okay.
There's got to be a connection. There's got to be a unseen connection. I feel like when we're talking, I should be able to feel that, what? This just feels right. There's just something about it that just feels right. And sometimes, that can kind of trick you.
Right.
Because, intuition is not always correct.
Right.
But I do feel like there has to be that connection, that spark between us that I'm like, I want to see this person again. I miss this person if I don't see them again. And there's something about them, whether they might not have the same sense of humor, or whether they're, they have completely opposite interests as me. Right. But there's something about it.
Yeah, dude, I totally agree with that. But I gotta ask you though, are you talking about like connection in the beginning? Because what if you have it and that's infatuation and you can't tell the difference?
Well, I think because that's one of the. See, that's not the encompassing trait that she
Okay,
needs to
that's
have,
one
right?
of the
That's one of
things.
them.
All
So you definitely have to have that.
Yeah.
And then you gotta figure out like, all right, is she compassionate? Is she caring? Is she kind?
Because see, like when you say the connection, I just feel like you're saying overall attraction.
No,
Yeah,
no.
overall attraction.
Dude,
I'm
you know how many?
attracted to
No,
you.
that's not true. Okay, look.
Okay.
There's a lot of cases where I bet you had this too, where
Okay.
you found someone really attractive,
Okay.
but there was no spark, nothing there, right?
Yeah,
It's definitely happened
okay.
with me. It's
After you go out,
definitely
and
happened
you're
with
like,
me, and I bet it's happened with a lot of people
Okay,
out there.
okay.
You went out with someone who you can find no fault of. This person could be beautiful, both men and women, like attractive, successful, or whatever ideal person that you have in your head.
Okay.
But then you don't feel anything. There's nothing there.
Yeah, and also going back to your middle point too, I feel like the sense of humor, to me, that what you're saying to me is like the understanding of each other,
Right.
is really important for our generation in today's age, because like, let's be serious, we don't live back in the 1930s where two people got married and they could not have anything in common, not get each other, but because that's the time they came from, you don't argue with that. You know, you're just like, okay, this
Right.
person and I was set up, you know, to them, it's like we're set up, this is the will of heaven. But like, we know, like, you can't ask young people to do that these days. And I like how none of our lists, like, we're not talking about you gotta be blonde,
No,
you gotta be,
you
no,
don't.
we're not talking about any of those things.
We both dated people outside of our race.
Right.
We both dated people
Inside of our race.
Yeah.
You know,
So
different ages, actually, you know, so.
I want to throw another one out there.
Oh, okay.
Accepting.
Okay.
Because look,
I like that
there are things about each one of us that sets us apart, that makes
Right.
us different individuals. That's why we're snowflakes. We're not,
Right.
you know, carbon copy of another person.
Right.
We're gonna have our flaws. We're gonna have the experiences in the past where they may not be fond of. We're gonna have characteristic flaws that they might not appreciate. I gotta say, I gotta commend you, buddy,
Okay.
because you're a good guy. You're a really good guy.
So are you. We both
really
are. Both are.
Good guy, very responsible, and you are very accepting.
Thank you very much. I kind of, yeah, you know, I try to be.
Yeah.
I try to be. So, you know, doesn't mean that we don't have our preferences, but hey, if any of you ladies out there match Mike's description, you can find his contacts below. I'm sorry, I'm taken.
Okay.
But, you know, hey, what? You're not opposed to how you know, if somebody's, you know what I'm saying? So that's not why we do these videos. We're not doing this to find you a wife.
This channel would be called like,
it'd be like
Set Up Mike channel.
Do you feel like that men and women will have slightly different traits, or these are universal?
No, I feel like everyone's different. Everyone's
Okay.
like, some people might be like, you know, I heard some quirky things. Like, there's some
Okay.
people who are like, I broke up with that person because he puts ketchup on his fries instead of on the side.
Well, yeah, I
Like-
would say that girl's not accepting, therefore I don't want to be
Right,
that
but I'm
girl.
just saying, like, some people have crazy things, but I only want this, or I only want that.
Well, I was asking, do you think that on a woman's list of the perfect guy, you know, we obviously can't make this list. Do you think there are certain things that only pertain to men and only pertain to women? Like, what we said, does that only pertain to women? Or women, you know,
I
like...
think our characteristics are pretty universal.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
are pretty
Because
unisex.
for women, maybe they're like, I don't care if the guy's accepting, he just needs to make a lot of money.
Oh well, no, that's why we don't represent every single person.
Okay,
They're
alright,
just our.
I mean,
list
I'd be
of-
interested to hear what women have to say.
They can let us know in the comments below.
I would, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would want to know. So,
But that's just our list of our perfect partners. So
That's right.
there you go, guys. Thank you so much for watching, everybody.
Later.
See ya.